Uncle Roger's gonna be a father. My goodness, now Uncle Roger's gonna have his little mini-me.
I shall call him Mini-Me.
Jamie has no hope. Now, let's get started.
Nephew Nigel just get married 6 months ago and now his wife Sabrina pregnant already. Fuyo, this guy efficient. He put bun in oven faster than Uncle Gordon put fried rice in jungle.
Congratulations, Uncle Roger, on being a father. I know the first thing that you teach the little one is on how to make a good egg fried rice with MSG.
Last time, Uncle Roger reviewed black people versus Chinese people making fried rice. I still get nightmare from tap water lady. Now this channel trying to kill me with Chinese versus black ramen. Let's see.
What's up?
Well, what is this competition going to be? I mean, are we going to be making like real ramen or is it going to be like instant ramen? Because if the last video has anything to say about this one is that this one is not going to be original.
My name is Chris Rocket.
Hi, my name is Sonia Brown.
Hi, my name is Cassina Wang.
Hi, my name is Toki. And
Oh, nice.
today we are
Nice
trying
Toki is back. Nice.
I love me some ramen. I'm not gonna cap. It's a hustle meal, it's a quick meal.
Ramen means to me it's like a super convenient food, and I think it's a super satisfying food to eat.
They're using the term ramen very loose. It seems to just mean any noodle in any type of broth. So Uncle Roger won't judge this with the strict Japanese definition of ramen.
Yeah, I had that feeling that this wasn't going to be like a traditional type of ramen recipes here. I mean, they're probably going to be using instant ramen, which if you don't have time, that's fine. Then again, if you want real ramen without the hassle of making it, then maybe the best thing is to go to a ramen shop, a good one.
Difference between black ramen and Chinese ramen? I actually don't know.
I have no clue.
The difference is one is fictional. Hiya, black people where got ramen. Ramen is Asian thing. Okay, black people, don't try to claim it. You already have NBA. Don't take our noodle, it all we have.
Oh, you have? Uncle Roger, what about egg fried rice? I mean, this is like the most important thing that you have ever talked about is the egg fried rice. Dim sum, spring rolls, I mean, you can go on and on and on about everything, but...
There's so many variety. It depends on people's preference.
Black ramen could be spaghetti.
What?
I am so competitive.
Black ramen could be spaghetti. Oh, we don't need to get the Italians involved. You don't want to get them involved. Or maybe we should. Maybe I should talk to Vincenzo.
I would say that I'm very competitive.
I think I'm gonna win.
Win or lose, I'm happy to be here.
Everybody's so competitive. Except nephew Chris.
Win or lose, I'm happy to be here.
He the most chill guy. He not even trying to win. I think he actually just homeless and he doing this video to try to get free food and few minutes of shelter.
Or maybe he's just nice and he just wants to be nice, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's actually nice to see somebody that is nice, isn't it? It is nice.
Today I bought my special ramen.
Ew, what is
Ew.
that? Why it looks so disgusting? Niece and nephew, you have to be very careful when you use transparent bowl like this because it show every flaw. This look like stuff you flush down toilet.
I just got back from my holiday and I got food poisoning, and this is the last thing that I want to see. I kid you not. Seriously, I'm still on antibiotics. And if anybody is wondering, I got it on a cruise ship. It does happen every so often, and I'm sure it was the buffet. I can't say if it was for certain, but 3,000 people on a ship is pretty common to have somebody get sick, and a few others in my group also got sick, so.
Udon noodles, because those are my favorite thick ones. Soft boiled egg, sweet potato. And
Sweet potato
Oh, as well as
in ramen.
I added in some of the sesame oil, crunchy chili flakes, as well as black miso. That has like the thickest of umami flavor. And then I got this like pickled ginger.
Ginger for what?
I baked the sweet potato. I seasoned my steak, a little thyme and rosemary as well.
What? Potato, thyme, rosemary. This ramen, not roast dinner. Hiya. What you trying to make? I think he just taking all leftover in his fridge and throw in this bowl.
It's either that or this is a Jack recipe.
Look how juicy it is. Look at the pool of, look at that. That's great. This did a great job.
If none of you have seen Jack's garbage soup, go see our review of that and you'll see exactly what I mean. You will.
My special ingredient is the black miso. My ramen will win because these hands made it.
This hand make it, and this hand should throw away also. All this random ingredient, I know this gonna be bad already.
Oh, who knows? Maybe it could be bad, maybe it'll be good. You don't know? Oh, they look so happy.
I see beef.
They put carrots in it. Never had carrots in ramen before.
Sweet potato,
Who
interesting.
put big ass steak like that in ramen?
Maybe he likes it, but you know, if you cut the beef thin, that way you don't need to break it up, you don't need to cut it either. You can just take it and bite it, and it breaks apart. You also want to cut across the grain. You don't want to cut along the grain. This is another big important thing.
The beef could be more tender.
I'm still chewing on the steak. It is a little tough, but it's good flavor on it.
I'm kind of curious to try the sweet potato.
Sweet potato and
Something new to put in noodles, but I don't hate, actually.
Wait a minute. Did I just see corn? He put corn in this. And it looks like the whole bloody cob. Oh, not again with the corn. I mean the food, not the band.
I'm not mad at it.
This definitely black ramen. Asian people, we never put sweet potato in any noodle.
It's a little bit weird to have sweet potato in the ramen.
Yeah.
I prefer to have it like a side dish. Okay, let me try the ginger whiz.
If you are enjoying the video, guys, be sure to hit the like button, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future content.
Ginger, so
Really
weird.
strong. It surprisingly really does go with the ramen. It helps like cleanse my palate.
What?
I don't think it goes well.
Isn't ginger supposed to go with sushi?
Yeah,
Combination.
a palate cleanser for sushi.
Oh, this is strange. I mean, I would never have like pickled ginger with my ramen. I have it with sushi. It's nice for sushi, with sashimi, when you eat all this. But with ramen? I mean, maybe you would have thought that he would have added like nori or any seaweed to this, but no. We get out a little bit of pickled ginger and we add that on the side. I mean, come on. Really? I'm sorry, I'm being facetious. I've been this way after the food poisoning. I haven't been too happy.
Never had carrot in ramen before. Now I see why. I don't think it belongs in ramen.
Let me try the corn.
Wait, corn? He put corn? What? He put the whole corn on cob in there? What the hell? Uncle Roger's so upset. I have to put my leg down from chair. Corn in ramen, okay. But if you want to put corn, peel the individual corn and put in ramen. Don't put the whole cob in there. Nobody want your cob, Nephew Chris. It's so funny. Earlier, Nephew Chris, he said he want umami flavor.
Me personally, I would have, if I had to put corn in there, I would have like cut it off.
No, Also, why this show making everybody eat ramen with fork? In 2026, black people can use chopstick now, cocoa butter. This first ramen already make Uncle Roger put my leg down from chair.
I think they did the concept really well. The egg was really good. And then adding the sweet potato, just a different take on it.
What about a spoon? I mean, how are you going to be eating the broth? Are you just going to pick the bowl up and drink like this? Come on, get a spoon. I mean, really, it's ramen.
They did not skimp out on ingredients.
No, you should skim out on the ingredient little bit. Look at this. This ramen, so much shit in there. It's like episode of Hoarder.
Yeah, I have to admit, sometimes less is more. You don't necessarily need to add everything to it, including the kitchen sink, yeah?
Could have been better. Is the steak?
The beef can cook longer in a braised beef.
Yeah, cook longer, slice thinner.
Hours on it.
I think this is a Chinese ramen.
I think it's a Chinese ramen.
What? How? You all think Chinese? What part of China this ramen from? Nigeria.
Who puts sweet potato in their ramen? You know what? There probably is somebody that does do this, so I shouldn't say that. It's like, how common is it? That's a better way of putting it, no? How common is sweet potato in ramen? You always get somebody that does something strange in every place. I know, you do.
I think this is a black ramen, only because there's potatoes in it.
From 1 to 10, I'll rate this a 6.
6? Too high.
Give it a 5.5.
I would give it a 6. Last time I'm being too friendly, and I'm raising my standard this time.
Good for you, Niece Toki, good for you.
Yeah, good for you, Toki, but still a little too high. Me, I would rate this 2, maybe a 1.
I think she watched my video from last time and she learning. In America, if you're too nice, people gonna walk all over you, Niece Toki. Good? Life advice from Uncle Roger. And Uncle Roger give this ramen 3. I don't know what it's trying to be. It's like he just throwing everything in kitchen sink in there.
Not nice.
Today I brought my ramen. Basically, I used a kimchi army stew ramen. It's basically everything.
Army stew, a Korean fusion with American stew. It called budae-jjigae. Uncle Roger, like this stew?
Oh, interesting. We're learning some new things with Uncle Roger now. It's good. Maybe he's watching some of my videos and he's trying to add more information instead of just reacting. Good, Uncle Roger. Very good. But is this a ramen?
I pan fried
Okay, and see
spam.
how nice this ramen look. The top view nice, the side view also nice, so organized. She can use transparent bowl.
Soy, some greens, a 6-minute egg, and then this is a stuffed fish ball. Garnish it with scallions. And then I have side of pickle, which diffuses the spice. And then with the noodles, I cooked it with the soup and the fish balls. My special ingredient is the fish ball.
Fish ball is tricky because Western people, they're not used to fish ball texture. Let's see how it goes.
Fishbowl texture. Or you mean fishbowl visualization? Because the texture, we don't eat the ball, Uncle Roger. You can't eat the ball. It's glass. Well, glass does actually have a texture, doesn't it? It's a sharp texture. It just cuts.
Spam, bok choy, egg, spring onion, all correct?
Like my food. I hope so.
This one look appetizing. Uncle Roger want to eat.
I think this is spam, bok choy.
Some fishball egg.
Oh, what is this?
I think it's a type of pickle.
I just can't wait to eat this. My mouth is watering a little bit, but maybe I just haven't had breakfast yet.
I think he really homeless, you know? He wake up, he thought he would eat breakfast, and he comes straight to filming. Don't worry, nephew Chris. Uncle Roger start GoFundMe for you.
Uncle Roger, what happened for the GoFundMe with Jamie? A few videos ago, Uncle Roger said he was going to create a GoFundMe for Jamie so he could learn on how to actually make like fried rice. I think this was the Korean fried rice run, because if you haven't seen that, he added barbecue sauce to the fried rice. Barbecue. It was Korean fried rice. Need I say more?
For the spam first because I love spam.
Wow, that's good. Salty. That might be spam. Might be some spam slices.
The noodle is more skinnier than the last noodle. Let me try it.
Yeah, this more like instant noodle.
Really good. Perfectly cooked.
The noodles are a little bit more on like the soggy side. This noodle definitely absorbed all of the broth.
Cooking competition always like this. They cook at beginning of filming and then the bowl just sit there for hours. So Uncle Roger understand if noodle a bit soggy.
This is true with a lot of these TV shows and even with cooking at home when you make a video. Normally the food takes hours to make or you're waiting in between shots and it takes a lot of time. You have to be careful though with food left out for too long, because with food left out, let's say over 4 hours, especially dangerous foods like rice and proteins, you can get food poisoning. And if anybody's wondering what I got, it was actually E. coli.
Because it's instant noodle. It tastes really good. It's just a bit salty and there's a lot of MSG, I believe.
Yeah, and what wrong with that, Miss Toki? What wrong with that?
Fighting words, huh? Just tell Uncle Roger you don't like MSG. You'll piss him off.
Dumpling is like, it almost reminds me of octopus.
That's an interesting texture. It's not what I was expecting.
See what I mean? Western people, they never eat fish ball. Fish ball very common ingredient in Asia. Everybody eat. We grow up just putting ball in our mouth all the time. That's why we're so happy back there. American people, try some ball, eat some ramen and teabag yourself.
Sorry, children. Honestly, Uncle Roger, you have to warn people. You used to do this. Do you want your kid to grow up talking like this? I have a feeling that the first word out of the baby's mouth is going to be either fuyo or haya.
It has pork in it. Oh, it's a shrimp ball. I can't really tell.
I have no idea what this is either. I want to say maybe like pork.
Can you try
They're not familiar.
I feel like they did really well with incorporating all of the flavors. The bok choy and the spam was really good.
I really like this type of seafood broth.
Yeah, seafood broth for budae-jjigae, correct?
And also
Kimchi, correct?
this type of Chinese pickle really surprisingly standing out with this. What they can done better is maybe when you cook this type of egg that you need to soak longer.
Uncle Roger don't agree with that. Budae-jjigae, you can just crack egg straight into soup. You don't need to season your egg. The problem is this broth, the color too pale, it's not red enough, not flavorful enough.
Even though that may not be as red and as flavorful, I don't think it tastes that bad. I mean, it's hard to say because we're not there tasting it, obviously. But if I have to imagine what this tastes like, I'm sure it tastes a lot better than the very first one that we saw.
definitely Chinese ramen because it has ingredients that I've never even seen before.
I would say that this is probably a Chinese ramen.
Correct.
It's a Chinese ramen.
Nice.
I would rate this dish 7.
Final score, I'm giving it a 7. Chef, thank you.
Uncle Roger giving niece Casalina dish 7 also. It could be 8 or even 9 if she make the broth have more flavor, make it redder, maybe more gochugaru in there.
I'd give her about a 6 or maybe with Uncle Roger a 7. I agree with that. I mean, it's not that bad, this one, but it's missing something. Maybe a little bit of love, MSG, whatever you want to call it.
Right now you see the broth almost transparent. But look at Auntie Mangchi making this dish. It's supposed to look like this.
So today I bought my interpretation of ramen. So I use chicken broth, soft-boiled egg, chicken as my source of protein.
All right, well, she put some chicken breasts in it. Let's see what Uncle Roger says about that. Let's see if he's even noticed. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. It looks like a chicken noodle soup. That's what it looks like.
For the chicken, I put salt and garlic powder and onion powder. The chicken is just like regular chicken breast.
No chicken breast, no. Confirm it black people ramen. Asian people, we don't cook with chicken breast. We cut out the breast.
And then you eat the shark. I don't think shark fin soup is actually legal anymore. It depends on where you are. But shark is still considered, if I'm not mistaken, in some places, a delicacy. I have touched shark skin before, and it's like sandpaper. I would imagine that the meat would taste fishy, considering that it's in the sea, but maybe it doesn't.
Salt and garlic powder.
Why garlic powder? Why? Don't be pussy, just use real garlic.
The noodles are gonna be from Trader Joe's. I wanted to elevate it with some actual garlic. So I chopped up actual garlic and I put it in the broth so it can simmer. And then I used the packet from the ramen, which has sesame and soy sauce.
Why are we going to Trader Joe's to get our Asian ingredients? I mean, Trader Joe's is not a bad place. It's a very good place. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in a while and I would love to have one next to me, but that's not the first place that I would say go to get your Asian ingredients. I mean, come on, Amazon has more selection and variety than Trader Joe's.
And then to top it off, I put some green onion. My special
Wait,
ingredient.
so the only flavoring in there is that Trader Joe ramen packet. Trader Joe is the kind of place where they fear MSG. So if that's the only place your flavor coming from, it's gonna be the blandest ramen ever. Don't trust Trader Joe for ramen. If you want to use ramen packet, that's okay, but get some Asian ramen brand like any of this here.
I think my ramen is gonna win because I kept it to the basics and I kept it simple. I think that's what's gonna win.
I think too simple.
Maybe Costco now sells some Asian ingredients as well. I mean, it's been a while since I've been to a Costco, and there isn't one near me, although there is one in Madrid. You can buy in bulk. You can buy enough toilet paper for 2 years. It's wonderful.
Yummy. Chicken.
An egg?
Let's see what they say. I bet somebody's gonna like this though.
Someone is struggling with peeling the shell.
Oh, yeah? Why your egg look like it been through war zone?
Ooh, it has a little light broth. Looks a little miso-y or something.
Yeah.
Smells like chicken.
If nephew Chris the most chill guy, then niece Casalina here, the most deadpan person. This whole video, I never see her have any emotion. I think my vacuum cleaner got more feeling than you.
Some people will call that a poker face. And if you play poker, you know that you never want to give away your tail.
These noodles remind me of the noodles I have at home sometimes. Trader Joe's has a brand. These kind of look like those.
He knows? He shops at Trader Joe's. He knows the noodles.
The noodles could have been cooked a little less because it's a little soggy. Doesn't really have much flavor.
The noodle is not soggy, which is nice. I like the texture. Look how spiral it is.
This is the first piece of chicken we've had for today.
Chicken so big. Black people really like big ass chunk of meat in their ramen.
You have to admit, that's a really big slice of chicken. I mean, come on, cut it a little smaller. That's too big.
Fancier? Not juicy.
This might be my favorite bowl of ramen.
It just tastes like my meal prep chicken with less seasoning.
Look, she really got no emotion. This her face when she eats something bad. Hiya, niece Casalina. It's okay to feel something. Let yourself express anger and disgust.
Maybe she doesn't want wrinkles. No, serious though. I mean, growing up, my dad was always on me about frowning because, you know, if you frown too much, you get wrinkles. And she doesn't have any wrinkles. So don't show any emotion and then you don't have any wrinkles. Need to do some face yoga.
I'm gonna try the egg.
So delicious. Probably cage-free.
You can tell by taste.
What?
Is egg cage-free or not?
What?
How you tell? You can taste the freedom. Is it, oh, in this egg, I can taste the chicken running around and all the hope and dream the chicken have.
Oh, this is total BS. I mean, you can't tell physically when eating the egg and actually taste the difference between normal and cage-free. You know what cage-free means? It doesn't mean that the little chicken has 100 acres to run around and frolic. It means that you could have 100 little chickens basically in the room that I'm in, which is not big enough for 100 chickens. There's no cage, it's cage-free, but there's also no bloody space. Really good eggs, because I used to have ducks and chickens, will not be thin little chicken eggs. They will not break easily. I remember some of the eggs that we used to have, I would go to crack them and the bloody thing would bounce back up and you'd have to really whack them. Like a lot harder than you would think.
I think that they did the broth and the chicken very well. The broth is a full body broth. It enhances the entire dish.
See, Asian people and black people really got different tastes.
It also depends on you're a professional bullshitter, because if you know how to bullshit, you know, you can tell that the ramen is full bodied and everything.
The other two Asian people, they think this ramen no flavor. But this nephew Chris really enjoying it.
That's fantastic.
Actually, from this dish, I liked how they garnished it with green onions.
The chicken
You
actually
can see how dry the chicken is in the close-up. Look at that.
It could always be drier, okay? So it's not that dry, but it could always be drier.
egg is peeled badly. The broth tastes a little bit bland compared to the last two dishes.
The complexity.
That cause is Trader Joe broth.
And it,
I think this is a black dish because the soup doesn't have a distinct flavor.
Correct?
It's probably a black ramen. There's no bok choy in there.
I would rate this dish a 5.
I think I'll give this dish a 5.
I am gonna rate this
Fine.
bowl of ramen an 8.
Would have given it maybe a 3? I mean, it's not bad, but it's like, it's basic. Like, really basic.
What? This really go to show Chinese people and black people. Our taste so different. At least this ramen better than nephew Chris ramen, but still not great. Uncle Roger give it 5.
Uncle Roger, you're too nice. Give it less, come on. Be the old Uncle Roger that we used to know. He's changed a lot since he's married. He's nicer.
So today I brought my braised beef noodle soup, which we call 牛肉面.
红烧牛肉面, that classic Chinese or Taiwanese dish for you. Uncle Roger like this.
Made by
It already look good.
I slow cooked them.
All right, now this dish, however you pronounce it, because I'm not going to even try, is this considered like more of a ramen, a stew? Like, is it or is it not? Or can we just pick any soup now or stew and then just call it a ramen? I have to admit though, it does look good.
For 2 hours with ginger, bay leaves, star anise, bean paste.
Star anise.
Star anise.
It's pronounced star anise, toki. Star anise and star anise, very different thing. One is warm and aromatic, and the other is star anise.
Oh, come on, Uncle Roger. Honestly. Honestly. Got out of the habit of using sorry children. Now I have to bloody at it every time for them. Come on.
Ginger, bay leaves, star anise, bean paste, soy sauce, dry chili,
Wow.
cinnamon. Oh, and a bit of oyster sauce.
Nice.
I serve it.
This ingredient list longer than Epstein file. Where the redaction?
Oi, he's sharp this week, isn't he? Uncle Roger had 3 weeks off to come up with that joke. Could have tried a little harder, Uncle Roger. Come on, try a little harder.
At this size, I made the broth myself, so that's my special ingredient. My friends, they really enjoy my cooking. I'm a pretty good host. I think my ramen's going to win because it got protein, got veggies, and got the flavor and my heart.
Oh, sweet. She put love into it, so it's gonna taste better. I think it tastes better with MSG or some salt, but still, she means well.
I got everything.
It got... No, it don't got everything. Where your MSG? We don't need your heart in there, toki. We need the makeshift. The broth not from packet. She make it herself. Color, texture, ingredient, everything look good.
This one is a little bit more visually appealing. They put carrots in it also. It has bok choy. They put like salt and pepper on top.
Pleasantly surprised.
Okay, let's.
That's the first time Uncle Roger see Niece Casalina smile for you. It's good to see her smile. Because otherwise she's so deadpan and depressed. Uncle Roger thought she's the female future canoe.
Well, we definitely know what her tale is, isn't it? Good Chinese cuisine.
It's juicy for sure, but I think it's just well done. I'm not the biggest fan of well done beef.
It's not well done. It's braised.
Seems like they cooked it with the noodles.
Definitely a lot more tender than the other bowls that I've had, but it is a little bit dry still. Never had tender and dry beef at one time, so that's interesting.
How can things be tender and dry at the same time? That's like saying someone is both hungry and full, both happy and sad, both good chef and Jamie Oliver.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Roger. That was a cheap shot.
The bok choy is bok choyin.
The
But
bok choy is
choy.
nephew Chris, he's not even putting effort to describe things anymore.
See it all, but well seasoned. The beef is also well seasoned and perfectly cooked.
This one tastes like braised beef noodle soup. The
For
hearty,
you.
like
Niece Casalina know her stuff.
little kick from the black pepper.
Something I think they did really well is keep it really simple. Just a protein, a vegetable.
It looks simple, but it's not. The broth, the beef, they all take time to prepare.
No, she definitely put work into making this. And you can tell that she did because it looks delicious.
Protein, a vegetable.
I would just like the beef to be a little bit more rare.
I'm gonna say, come on, nitpicky.
It's not supposed to be rare.
I've never really had a sweet ramen. I'm not a sweet ramen type of girl. It actually might be a little too sweet for me.
I think that this dish was a black ramen based on the way that
What?
it was cooked.
I think this is a Chinese dish.
Correct.
Because of the
So obvious.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna lean more towards black ramen.
This dish is gonna get a 7 as well.
I am gonna give this 8.5.
I'd rate this dish 9. Good job.
Ooh,
Good, good, good.
Tuki won. She won. She got more points than everybody else. Good job, Tuki. I would have to taste it to give it a higher rating, but I would say an 8 is fair.
Uncle Roger agree with the score. I'm gonna give this 8. Niece Sonia, she say it a bit too sweet, so I think maybe Niece Toki put a bit too much sugar in there.
Well, Tuki didn't say that she put sugar in it. She did put oyster sauce, and oyster sauce can be sweet. So it depends if she was a little heavy with, dumping the oyster sauce in. Me personally, I don't use oyster sauce at home because I use more of hoisin, and hoisin is very sweet. I love hoisin sauce.
For you.
I'm so glad that I
job, huh?
win because I really put a lot of effort in this dish.
Well deserved, Niece Toki. I think your noodle, the best one also. After that fried rice shit show video, it's nice to see some good polite contestant. But to be honest, Uncle Roger kind of missed Niece Samara, aka Tap Water Lady.
This is true. The drama, it was fun.
I taste tap water.
What?
It's not bad.
What that even mean?
Although it is refreshing to actually have all the contestants to be nice and respectful with one another in this video, which they were. And this is good sportsmanship. I like it a lot.
I like the drama. And this how you can tell ramen is not black dish. Because if you notice the Asian people, when they make ramen, they are inspired by some existing Asian recipe. Like Niece Casalina inspired by budae jjigae, Korean army stew, and Niece Toki inspired by Taiwanese braised beef noodle. But the two black people, they inspired by
Well, to me, it kind of seemed like they were inspired by instant ramen.
whatever they have in fridge.
Thank you for all of the ramen. It was delicious. I'm crazy full. Shout out to the winner. You definitely earned it.
I might not.
This is the happiest guy ever.
I won in my heart.
I lost? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna just crawl into a corner.
Miss Casalina, don't be sad. You have a lot to live for. I sure there a hotline you can call.
When Uncle Roger says that, I'm sure that he's talking about his phone number as well. Bad Uncle Roger, you have a baby on the way. Oh no, I'm sorry. Nephew Nigel has a baby on the way. You don't. All right, that's right.
Uncle Roger love how this channel pit two races against each other. In this day and age, the world too united and peaceful. A bit of racial disharmony, spice things up.
I wonder if this channel's gotten any Italians involved with anything. That would be hilarious. Like if you compare some French against some other people that make French food, oh, that would be hilarious. That really, really, really would.
If you would like to be in a video,
Check out the description below.
Cocoa Butter, get Uncle Roger on your show. We have to do Black and Asian cultural exchange.
This is true, and even get me on the show. Maybe I can be pinned up against Uncle Roger. And we can get Chef Brian as well, so chefs versus Uncle Roger, that'd be pretty good.